Now I want to talk about the process of visa and what are the documents required, and I will go in detail about the things because in the last few days I have read a lot of about the blue card visa appointment. I read the answers on Quora. I reached out to people on the LinkedIn who made it to Germany, who got employment there. How was their process? What documents they need, and all those things. I did a very extensive research, and I think I have gained a lot of knowledge. So I'll tell you the things, and I will particularly tell you the things that you are most likely to miss, and I will go in detail. So first thing, you just have to come to this page on the official German mission in India, and then you will find a checklist for the employment visa, and you will find what are the documents required for this. So you need to prepare 2 copies of these documents, okay? And remember, do not staple this document. So whenever you are taking printouts, don't staple them because they have specifically mentioned they do it at their end, whatever they want to do, but we don't have to staple it. So we need this document. So it's just like a which is valid passport, which everyone has. Then the application form we have to fill. I'll make a separate detailed video if required on how to fill this application form. It's really simple, but for someone who is doing it for the first time, they may feel a difficulty answering few questions on that form. It's an online form. Don't worry, you don't have to print out or anything. It's an online form. You just fill it there and you download it. You download a PDF, and that you have to take a printout of. Then there's this declaration, which is nothing but you have to put your passport number there, name and the address, and you just have to put your signature there. In the barcode you have to put your passport number, nothing else. And this is just for the contact and the legal representation information, nothing else. Then regarding the passport photo, I recommend you to go through this PDF where they have just specified how your photo should look and how it should not be. So you just go to your photo studio, local photo studio, and ask them that I want a photograph for a visa, and they are familiar with it and they will give it. Just ensure that you have a complete white background, and it should match this dimensions what they have specified. And you can go through like this how the photo should look, but ideally the photo studio guy is very well versed with how a photo should be taken for the visa. uh, then copies of the passport data pages, first page and the last page. Then the annexure for the employment. Now this is something very simple that you fill. Now this is the annexure that is very simple to fill. It just has the details about our employee, about our employer, what is their address, their zip code, contact details. You can put the HR details or any relevant person, and few other things. Then employment contract with the company in Germany. This is your offer letter or your contract. Then you have a CV and the job description. So you can put a CV and a job description, what you are going to do from your offer letter. And this has to be a 1 page only. Then proof of qualification, experience certificates for future employment. There you have to put your university certificates, your degree certificate. And what we have to give as a proof of qualification is we have to go to Anabin site. There we have to look for our. So for recognition of your degree and your university, you have to go to this Anabin site, and there in the seek section, you have to find out your university and your degree. So in my case, I'm in Pune, and I see that these many universities are recognized by the German, by the General Federal of Employment. So I see my university, which is Pune University. I see that it is there in the list. So what I have to do is I can simply click on this plus, and if I take a printout of this, that is enough as a proof to show that my university is recognized by the German government, by the German Federal Employment Agency. And similar goes with my degree. Instead of my university, I will search for my degree, and I will take a PDF of same that I can attach to my application. uh, then the declaration of the contract. Now this document you have to get filled from your employer. You can also fill it on your own because most of the details that you know already from about your employer from your contract, so you can fill it. But at the end you need a signature of your employer, so for that you can reach out to your employer and ask. In my case, my employer forwarded this document as an attachment in an email, and my HR was very familiar with this document. She gave the filled version of the document along with the signature to me, and I just took the printout of it and attached to my application. Proof of recognition of your academic qualification. This I talked about. This proof of qualification and experience certificate. If you have experience letter, relieving letters from your past employer, you can put it there. Then pre-approval of the Federal Employment Agency is not applicable, but I read online, and I also know from people that if you have pre-approval of the Federal Employment Agency, it says that it can speed up your visa process by 4 5 days or 1 week. So if you have a pre-approval from the Federal Employment Agency for your qualification only, this I'm talking only for the qualification. If you have a recognition of the, if you have approval of recognition from the Federal Employment Agency, it actually speeds up for 4 5 days. But it's absolutely not required because we are attaching this Anna Beans University university and the degree recognition printout along with our application. So as it says, it is not applicable in all the cases. It's optional, but it says it can however shorten the time to process our application significantly. And this, if the salary is above 58,400 euro, then it's not applicable. And if we are in a mint profession, which is IT, mathematics, statistics, then salary above 45 pre-approval by the Federal Employment Agency is not mandatory, which is not mandatory. So uh, most of the cases, this pre-approval is not required. Then the demand draft, it is again not required in the all cases. You can look for the payment information on the each center on the VFA side. In my case, for the Mumbai visa center, they have the facility for the cash and card, so you don't need a demand draft. But if you need, then you can find a detail about what is the name that you have to put on the demand draft and what should be the amount. It's a 75 euro, but you have to put it in the Indian rupees. And there is one more document about you have to give a details about your demand draft. If you are making a payment via demand draft, you have to attach. So this is the demand draft form for visa applicants. If you're making a payment via demand draft, then you have to fill this form, the details about your bank, branch, amount, and you have to attach with your application. But if you're not making it through a demand draft, then you don't need. So I recommend that if you have a facility to make a payment without a demand draft, like cash or card, you go with that and you avoid this form filling and the demand draft. Then the certificate about compulsory health insurance, this is really necessary. You have to take an health insurance for at least 6 months, and the health insurance should start. So they basically want that a person who is coming to a Germany, he is covered under health insurance, and that is at least for the 6 months, and it starts before a person comes to Germany, before he makes a journey. There is again list of insurance company that only are accepted by this German consulate. So make sure that you take health insurance from these companies and not from somewhere else. Now, important thing, all this document you have to take a 2 copies, and it's completely okay to have a black and white copies. In my case, I took the color printout of my employment contract, which costed me 10 rupees per page, and I unnecessarily wasted some money. So you don't need a color copies of it. A black and white copy will suffice your need. Just ensure that it is on the A4 size and the printouts are clear, and it is on the laser printer so that you don't have any glitches and your all the documents are completely readable. So I recommend a laser printer copies for this.